Friday Reads with Sue's Book Nook. Actually, I just got off work, so I'm going to do some of this on the way home to save some time, get a little bit better light actually out here. So, I've only finished one book since my last Friday Reads, which was Mountain of the Dead by Jeremy Bates. It's number 5 in his World's Scariest Places series. And this particular place is the Ural Mountains of Russia, and it's on a mountain known as Olat Syakhl, or Mountain of the Dead. It's named by the local Mansi tribe. And it centers around the Dyatlov incident, which took place in 1959, where 9 very skilled hikers perished on this mountain under very weird circumstances. Their tent was slit open from the inside. They seemed to have rushed out in the middle of the night, barely clothed, some not even wearing shoes, and were all found dead. Several from hypothermia, a couple from various odd wounds, like some compression wounds due to some blunt force trauma. Not something that a human could cause in another human, almost like if they were hit by a train. Some with missing organs like the eyes and tongue. Really pretty gruesome, and there's all sorts of theories as to what happened. And this particular book by Jeremy Bates has alternating chapters where you're in 1959 during some of the chapters as these hikers are heading up the mountain and what they're experiencing, and then the other chapters are present day, where our group of current hikers, one of them is a writer and his best friend, and some other people they have as guides and stuff, are heading up the mountain to kind of follow in the footsteps to kind of see what they can figure out happened. And the one, because he wants to write a book about the events that took place. I think this alternating chapter thing kind of didn't really help the book. It kind of took away from the pacing of it, kind of kept pulling you out of the current situation. What I did like was the way he kind of managed to work all these various theories into the storyline. I thought that was very well done. There's some other parts I didn't really care for within the book, but for the most part I really did enjoy the story. I think it's one of his pretty decent ones. My favorite is Suicide. Oh, I keep wanting to say Suicide Forest. I think that's the name of it. There's some other book that it's based on the oh my, lots of traffic. Sorry, backed up expressway. The Okigahara Forest in Japan, like one of the highest suicide rates take place over there. That was a really good one. The Catacombs. It's probably like third, I think, on my list so far. But yeah, I think he did a pretty decent job, kind of, like I said, explaining the whole situation. That's the only thing I finished reading so far. My audiobook, I'm currently listening to Sherlock Holmes and the Beasts of Stapleton's. This is by James Lovegrove. I think it's 5th book, according to Goodreads, that he's written in Sherlock Holmes pastiche style. And it takes place about 5 years after The Hound of the Baskervilles. So if you haven't read The Hound of the Baskervilles and you hear this title, it's kind of, in a way, a big spoiler. So don't listen to any more of this. You can't help the fact that that's the title of the book. But it's not my favorite. I gotta tell you, it's a bit boring. I don't know if it's also the narration of the person doing the narration. For me, I always in my head have Jeremy Brett's voice as Sherlock Holmes, and this guy, I don't know. It's just not working for me. The way the story starts out is a man named Greer, a friend of Sir Henry Baskerville, comes to Sherlock Holmes to ask him to help with Sir Henry. An event has happened at his home where Sir Henry's wife was found on the moors, dead, all the blood drained from her body. So something is loose on the moors again. And, he sets off, he says, "Come on, Watson, let's go." And Watson's like, "Oh no, I can't, I'm really busy with my practice right now." But that's really not the truth. He's actually suffering from PTSD or something from when he was last there and facing the Hound, and he's just kind of too scared to go. And so makes his excuses that he can't get away, can't get anybody to cover his practice, and Greer and Holmes go off and deal with the situation, and then comes back, and Holmes is like relaying the story to Watson, who is then relaying the story to the reader, and it just doesn't really come across as well. It drags a lot. Then there's some more events, and they kind of have to return to the hall because something else has befallen Sir Henry, and this time Watson kind of mans up and, decides to go. He feels kind of guilty for leaving his friend in the lurch on the last part of it. And I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. I'm just going to go ahead and finish it, but I'm finding it a bit of a disappointment so far, so there's that. I'm also still reading the graphic novel, The Walking Dead, the 4th omnibus. The thing is like that big. I'm probably about 20% through it. It's good, but if you've watched The Walking Dead, there's this one kind of evilish character named Negan who, this is a spoiler, stop listening for a second until I put my finger down. Negan's kind of become a very different character than when you first meet him in terms of the TV series. He's kind of actually helpful now and kind of working with the group and saving people and stuff. He's just a completely different person. But okay, in the graphic novel, Negan is still a nasty person. I think his favorite word is the F word. In a span of like 10 pages, he could say it like 50 times. It gets really ridiculous. I'm not a prude. I don't care about swearing, but I mean, it was just stupid swearing. It was just ridiculous swearing. Just to see how many times you could say it in a sentence. They don't really care for that. It's kind of hard getting back into the graphic novel when I've been watching the series, because the series is different. There's different characters. Some people are living in there that aren't living anymore in the graphic novel, and vice versa. So it gets a little confusing. But there are some similarities in terms of some of the major plot points, and I am, for that part, still enjoying it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that. I don't know when this is ever going to end, although the TV series is about to end soon. I've got one more book I'm currently reading, and I can't remember all the details of it. I will continue this when I get home. Well, I'm back home, just finished dinner, and I decided to just pull up my Goodreads to show you the book I'm currently reading on my Kindle. And this is A Villa in Sicily, subtitled Olive Oil and Murder by Fiona Grace. It's book 1 in a Cats and Dogs Cozy Mystery series. There are 13 books in this series. They all begin with A Villa in Sicily, and yet the author chose to call it a Cats and Dog Cozy Mystery series. Why would you name the series that instead of A Villa in Sicily series? I don't know. But I'll just go ahead and read you the synopsis of it. From Goodreads here. Okay, it says A Villa in Sicily, Olive Oil and Murder is the debut novel in a charming new cozy mystery series by best-selling author Fiona Grace, author of Murder in the Manor, #1 bestseller, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the main character is Audrey Smart. She's 34, a brilliant vet, yet fed up by her demanding clients who think they know more than her and who don't care about their animals. Burnt out with an endless hours, she wonders if the time has come for a new direction. And when her 15th year high school reunion and her hopes for resparking an old flame end in disaster, Audrey knows the time has come to make a change. And when Audrey sees an ad for a $1 home in Sicily, it captivates her. The only catch is that the house requires renovation, something she knows little about. She wonders if it could be real, and if she may really be crazy enough to go for it. Can Audrey create a life and career and a home of her dreams in a beautiful Sicilian village, and perhaps even find love while she's there? Or will an unexpected death, one that only she can solve, put an end to all her plans? Are some dreams too good to be true? It says it's a laugh-out-loud, cozy packed with mystery, intrigue, renovation, animals, food, wine, and, of course, love. A Villa in Sicily will capture your heart and keep you glued to the very last page. I gotta tell you, so far, her name, Audrey Smart, doesn't really suit her. Because she answers the ad. You put in a bid for $1, and she gets a call when they find out that she's a vet. And like, yeah, we need professionals here, and you win the bet. So you win the bid rather. And so now she owns a house for $1, but she has to like renovate it within a year. She ends up quitting her job because she gets so fed up. And I'm wondering, where did she get the money for the trip? Because she lives in Boston, so she's got to fly to Sicily, move all of her stuff there, renovate a house, pay I think it's $1,000 payment or something for the house, whatever, but I forgot. There's some connection to that. And she has no job. So where's she going to get the money to renovate the house? I have to see how this goes. But I guess I do kind of like the character. She's already growing on me. The 15-year reunion at her high school was quite the disaster, and funny. So I'm enjoying it, like I said. But I'll, if it continues in the vein it's going, I probably will want to read more in the series. But I just don't understand why they called it a Cozy Cat and Dog mystery series. There hasn't, I think, been a cat or a dog yet in in the book so far. But it just started today. We'll see. But anyway, that's what I'm reading currently. Oh, and this is the graphic novel, The Walking Dead. Oh my God, I can't pick this up with one hand. This thing's huge. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And for the Sherlock Holmes, The Beast of Stapleton, I have just that little bit left to read, or listen to, because I'm listening to the audio. But since I have that little bit left, I'll go ahead and just finish it. Like I said, I'm not thoroughly enjoying it. And if you missed the last Friday Reads video, this is what the Jeremy Bates book looks like, Mountain of the Dead. So, yeah, anyway, I'll see you next time. I'm going to go have some coffee. Bye!